It's Madden NFL football. It's Super Bowl Sunday. We'll see Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Season number 101 of the NFL might have been the most unconventional yet, but we have made it through together, and now the eyes of the sporting world fall on us here tonight, as it is the night we crown a champion. And all of us here at EA Sports so proud to bring you Super Bowl 55 from Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. And it's a matchup full of intrigue. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Kansas City Chiefs taking on the champions from the NFC, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And Charles, we know how difficult it is to go back-to-back in the NFL. Few have succeeded in doing so, but here are the Kansas City Chiefs, champions of the AFC yet again, trying to lift that Lombardi Trophy.
Remember, this is a franchise that played in the first ever Super Bowl. Then they ended up winning Super Bowl IV, which was 50 years prior to winning Super Bowl 54. They didn't want to wait another 50 years, so they went ahead and made it back this year. What a great run for this Kansas City team.
Meanwhile, the Buccaneers are back in the Super Bowl for just the second time in franchise history. I know one thing, they'd love a repeat of that first appearance.
Would they ever? That was 2003 in San Diego, and it was Super Bowl 37. They were the underdogs coming in against the Oakland Raiders, and they flogged the Raiders in that game, 48-21. You know what I remember most about that? John Gruden was the head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but he'd previously been the head coach of the Oakland Raiders. And during practice leading up to the game, he would play scout team quarterback and tell the defense all the characteristics and mannerisms of the Raiders quarterback, Rich Gannon, and had his defense totally prepared. And boy, did they play well and won their first Super Bowl title.
Talk, it's time for football, and here we go. Super Bowl 55 is underway. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. First try on offense for the Bucs and their veteran quarterback, Tom Brady.
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it has permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team that wins.
Brady now on first down. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Another try after the first down sack. Brady. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Well, as we get ready for third down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on second down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. And a first hookup with his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. And he is out of bounds all the way up near midfield. A big play, Brady to Gronkowski, 41 yards.
Well, after the standard 2-week layoff, you always wonder how's your offense going to respond and come out and play here in the Super Bowl. Well, they got a great answer right there and almost a sigh of relief on that side of the field because now they've got to feel like they can use their entire playbook and game plan for this one.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for LaShawn McCoy. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And 4 at the Chiefs' 45-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Working from the gun, it's Brady. This one complete to Scott Miller. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Looked like man coverage, able to read it there on the outside for the completion. That'll be something to track as the game goes along here.
It certainly will, and there's so many different ways that they will try to figure out whether they're in man or zone. Sometimes you'll run a guy in motion to see if someone runs with him. Other times you'll empty out the backfield, spread it out, and see if everyone comes out and matches up. In any event, anytime you see man coverage, you tell your guys you got to win those matchups because if you do, you'll get the football and probably for a nice game.
Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
And they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards there, 1st down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Bucs take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. And on the grandest of stages, with the whole world watching the Super Bowl, they come out and get the first points.
I don't know how you feel about Brandon, but for me, watching the beginning of the Super Bowl, I've often wondered how come it's not just a fumble fest? How come the ball's not all over the place? The nerves, the interim in between of the two, terrific start.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's Ronald Jones that polishes it off with a touchdown run. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Here's Mecole Hardman. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
The son of a former Major League pitcher, so the bloodlines come into play. The biggest question for Patrick Mahomes, can he harness that big arm, develop the touch that's needed, and carry his team towards the playoffs?
Rams will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Out of the gun, he'll throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Working from the gun, Mahomes. It's caught on the right side, Williams. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
That last catch winds up costing him 3, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd and 13. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He'll drop this down to Williams. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
On 4th down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. And here now the offense heading back out there. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack.
Taken down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Another try after the 1st down sack. Brady. He'll find Miller. That's complete. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
On 3rd and long, it's Brady. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. $39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return, and it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Gets this one to Hill. That catch good for only a couple.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a entire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
Now a throw for the All-Pro Kelsey is complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Not that time for Watkins, and that'll bring up second down.
They went with a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. And again, it's Mahomes. Looking again for Watkins, and this time that's complete. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 45-yard line. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
At the 44-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 from the 44. Throwing now is Mahomes. That's caught. It's Demarcus Robinson. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. A first carry now. This is Williams. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Complete, the tight end Kelsey. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
A gain of 6 yards.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way, work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. A much different second drive here, Charles. They go 3 and out the first time. This time they've been able to sustain something downfield.
And that's what often happens. You get the game started. You know, you have to get your footing underneath you. You have to get used to the flow of the game, the speed of the game. And sometimes that first drive is more of a probing drive. It appears they found something here in the second one.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Williams. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. Ogunbowale elects to not bring it out.
At their own 25-yard line.
Back now comes Tampa Bay. And they're coming off a 3 and out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And Brady and the Buccaneers here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with McCoy. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Boy, the ball.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Brady going to fake the give to Jones and set up to throw. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
This play started with the protection. You have to have it to give your quarterback time to let routes develop downfield. And then it's on him to locate an open man, and he does just that. Play callers love 4 vertical routes because receivers can be open at any time downfield, often for big gains.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Brady gives this one off to Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Brady's pass there, complete to Gronkowski. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 22-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
first down carry here from McCoy. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Shotgun now for Brady. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Tom Brady with a touchdown pass to Chris Godwin. And the Bucs have taken the lead. That's one of those long drives where not only do you score, but you really tire out the defense, too.
That's a great point, because now they've been on the field for a long time. Them going to the bench, trying to make adjustments, trying to figure things out, but they'll do so fatigued.
Gay is on for the point after. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Here's Hardman on the return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up first and 10, just shy of the 30. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Seals Jones. They'll contain him to just 4, second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Mahomes now to throw. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Now, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They run the option here on 1st and 10.
And a short gain down to about the 33.
Antoine Winfield up from the secondary with a tackle.
Not the kind of gain that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes firing quickly here, and that's complete. Give him 9 on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Makes it 3rd and inches.
Now Mahomes. The Bucs defense stiffens and pushes this to 4th down.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And this may be a big early turning point in this Super Bowl. They're going to go for it on 4th down here. They run. It's Williams. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it. But in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. A quick slant to Hill. And the Chiefs are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down. Mahomes going to throw. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Big Vita Vea pushing his way through to wind up with a sack.
It's 2nd down and goal.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Buccaneers 14, Chiefs 7.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Looking to throw is Mahomes. This will be caught at about the 6. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
At the 5-yard line.
So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Butker's kick here is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
Chiefs 10.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. On the return, Dare Ogunbowale. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
And here we go again with Tom Brady in Tampa's offense. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. Brady going to bring the Bucs up with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll set up to throw from the gun. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. And that's Alex Okafor who gets in to register the sack.
There's a little bit of defense right there. Nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They just snuffed out every route that was going. Quarterback never got rid of the football.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They'll run it with Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now it appears we've got a Chief moving pretty gingerly down there. We'll check on his status when we get back. Looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, it's Brady. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's Damian Williams making his way back out. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. So line of scrimmage still with 39 on 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Looking for Hill again. This time it's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
The quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the Buccaneers' 43-yard line.
From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. And let's check on the call. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Still 2nd down.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. That one complete to Hill. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And this is going to be incomplete.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. It's now 4th down.
Here's Tommy Townsend now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Again, we see Tom Brady and the Bucs set to take over. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And a bit of a daunting task here for this offense as they'll start out at the 1-yard line.
I guess you could easily say there's a whole lot of real estate in front of them if they want to achieve their goal, which is get to the other end zone.
And 99 yards to go if they want to do just that.
And give him a lot of credit there, but even more credit to the guys up front. In that situation, you know it's going to be a stacked defensive front. And to be able to gain that much yardage, that's a big win for the guys on offense.
Yeah, they were just about standing on their own goal line, so to get a few yards there, a great start. Now we'll see what 2nd down brings. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Bucs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Brady finding Godwin there for a Buccaneer first.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10.
Now a draw play. This is Jones. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. So that one will be accepted.
Still first down.
After the penalty, it's Jones. And he'll take this one up to about the 13.
The ball carrier.
Tyrann Mathieu there to make the tackle.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Now on 2nd and 13. Brady looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own KC's offense ready to take over.
The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 42.
And they'll begin by running the option.
And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here, as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. He's got to be feeling pretty good, playing well. Team has the lead, so just looking to mount a drive here that ends in the end zone.
And all quarterbacks will tell you, hey, we love a running game, helps us out. But at the end of the day, they want to rely on their arm. Throw the football, feel good about things, keep things moving in the right direction. Right now, that's exactly what we're seeing.
And we'll see if that continues. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. Gets it up past the 10 with a nice move. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a gain.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. This is Jones. And not much here, as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
The Bucs on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
But they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
First down carry by Jones. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
On 2nd down now. It's Jones. And this is going to be a Bucs first down, as he'll get this up to about the 42.
First down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium, because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw with Brady.
Drops this one off to McCoy underneath.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 more yards there and another first down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Brady now to throw. He'll set up the screen to McCoy. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a third down stop by them.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard line.
And now here comes Kansas City. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
And they'll run the option to start the drive.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Vita Vea, his 2nd sack of the night.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The Chiefs on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle.
And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That goes for a Chiefs 1st down, 14 yards.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the 1st down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Right back to him for 10 more and a 1st.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On 1st down, it's Williams, and no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
The tackle made.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing now is Mahomes. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 9. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the 1st down.
Tommy Townsend.
A reminder, coming up at intermission, we'll get highlights of this Super Bowl from Jonathan Coachman and the crew in Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Brady. He'll find Miller. That's complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Every now and then I can speak from experience, because I do know as a defender it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes, because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw is Brady. Now they go screen. It's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. He's got it complete to Gronkowski. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. On 1st down, Brady. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over, then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Brady. Throw left side, complete. That's McCoy. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Well, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Again, they'll throw with Brady. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3.
Field goal. A 47-yard attempt.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10.
Chiefs 10.
Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Here's Hardman on the return.
Oh, a good return up past the 30.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Now here's Mahomes. Gets this one to Hill. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. At 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. Looking downfield for Kelsey. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. We saw Ronald Jones put together a nice first half. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Teams ready after the halftime spectacle, and we are back underway in Super Bowl 55. Here's Hardman on the return, and he won't quite make it to the 25.
Mecole Hardman on the return. The Chiefs take over first and 10.
Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
Offense.
Mahomes to throw on second down.
A quick slant to Hill.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. No question that they're going to continue to look his way. 6 catches in the first half and now 7 on the game. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. Open man is Hill. He's got it.
7 yards to pick up there.
You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. On second down, Williams. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Mahomes hit. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. It's a foot race, and he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs.
Buccaneers.
And what we just saw, very, very rare. We only had 5 of those in the first 50 Super Bowls.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and we just saw it happen again. Extraordinary.
The defense has been good, and they were good again there. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own.
And now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 18.
They'll start with the option. He'll hand this to Williams to start things out.
That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well.
If you know, you know. That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
Again, it's Williams. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 16 yards, a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
On 2nd down, it's Williams. And the Buccaneer defense for the 2nd straight play, flexing its muscle by forcing a loss. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
We're into the 2nd half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
Here's the Tampa Bay offense and Ronald Jones leading them out.
And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on our side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments, and you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half, it gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
Throwing on 1st down is Brady.
That's complete to his running back, Evans.
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
It's a nice completion and a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? On 2nd down, it's McCoy. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Brady's throw there complete. And he's got room. He's at the 40, the 20, 10. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Scotty Miller. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead.
Partner, you know what the real key is to stopping a good passing attack?
You tell me.
Being able to tackle as soon as a guy catches the football.
Didn't work out there.
No, because when you give up the big run after catch, the rack yardage, that puts your defense in a big-time stressful position.
A lot of rack yardage and a touchdown there on the big play. Gay is on for the point after. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
On the return, the Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10.
And they'll begin by running the option.
And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. That one complete to Hill. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
To throw, it's Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here.
And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They picked up as best he could while completing the play.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brings up 2nd.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 16 yards, a 1st down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success short game, but I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
On 2nd and 7, Mahomes. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got him. And down inside the 15 he goes. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
The busy night continues for Williams. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Mahomes going to throw. This will be caught at about the 5.
And the Chiefs are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Over 100 yards receiving for him now in this Super Bowl. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
But a spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the 2nd score there. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Here we go.
They'll run it with Williams. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked him back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
This Tampa Bay defense, they held strong on the first 2 plays. Now 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in. It's Williams. And Williams is going to be stopped short of the yellow line. He did not get there. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
And now down 3 scores. I don't think there's any decision at all. You've got to go for it because you don't know how many more times you're going to get an opportunity. Field goals, they're not going to cut it in this situation.
And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18.
41. Chiefs 13.
So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
It's like you're going negative on me.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3 is just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
Harrison.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Brady and the Bucs now with a 1st and 10
at their own 23.
From the gun, he'll set up to throw.
His throw incomplete. Unable to get it to Gronkowski that time. But it'll be second down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Brady. Over the middle to Evans. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the counter, here's Jones. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down.
And we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, they were unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Now a draw play. This is McCoy. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough and run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Chiefs offense and Tyreek Hill heading back out onto the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting off field, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Williams. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. Hey, we know Pat Mahomes can run it. We saw it right there, but you get the sense when he takes off, every Chiefs fan is just saying, hey, be careful.
You get the sense, right, that everyone's holding their breath?
Yes.
And no one's exhaling until he gets up? Well, that makes perfect sense. But the reason that play works well for him when he decides to keep it and run, because of the respect for his arm. He throws it so well and so often that when he does make the decision to run, it's usually wide open.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
They run it again with Williams. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. An effective 7-yard third down conversion.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. Third and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
They'll run on first down. It's Williams, and he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Mahomes. This is complete to Watkins on a slant. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 23. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Over the middle, complete. That's Robinson. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Great change up there on the route and got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
Well, the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside, make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body of the defender. You run against a half of him, and the inside half, and he took it right across his face, got inside, and won that route in a big way.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And a first down, Chiefs.
And again, it's Mahomes. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. If you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. The reception good for 7. It's third down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Mahomes. That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Fourth down.
So now the field goal unit trots out there for the third time tonight.
A 27-yard attempt.
Butker's kick here is good.
The kick
And that'll get the deficit down to 15.
The score, Buccaneers 31, Chiefs 16.
Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. As you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. On the return, Ogunbowale. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Bucs take over first and 10. At their own.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
And they have been the better of the two sides to this point with a 2-score lead. Fourth quarter of this Super Bowl. And the Lombardi Trophy within reach as they start this drive first and 10.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now, Brady gets away with one. Lucky, could have been intercepted, but it falls to the ground. Looking for his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski, and it's 3rd down. Shotgun now for Brady. Open man has got one. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. If they continue to throw these safe passes, who can blame them?
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And the Chiefs are going to get him.
Tom Brady.
Frank Clark Able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Damian Williams and the Chiefs ready to begin their next drive. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's come together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. On 1st down, Mahomes gets this one to Hill. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
To throw again on 2nd down, Mahomes.
He'll drop this down to Williams.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. 4th quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You can have the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. A gain of 6 there on 1st. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet. Not
a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Two 1st downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Mahomes to throw once more. Oh, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Ndamukong Suh with a sack. We've seen that a ton since he entered the league in 2010.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the 1st down sack. Mahomes. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top with the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And this will pin him nicely inside the 20 as it's out of bounds at about the 14-yard line.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So 1st and 10 after a big mistake on 4th down with a penalty. Mahomes now to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. Demarcus Robinson, the intended target on that one. But it's going to be 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now it's Mahomes again. And he comes back with one complete. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 9 yards that time. And a 2-score game, obviously. Every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
Now left side on the swing pass. And this carry, despite the good move, will be stopped short of the 10. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. That's complete right around the 8. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Forced out, and he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line.
2 yards. It's 2nd.
This has been a tough one for...
Second and goal from the 6 this time.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes with a touchdown pass to Sammy Watkins. And the Chiefs are able to draw a bit closer. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Point game, they'll still just need to go for one here. And it's good, so that will get them back within one score. That drive a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. On the return, Ogunbowale. And able to get this out to the 25.
Take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Back now comes Tampa Bay, and the tension ratcheting up all around. A one-score game, fourth quarter of the Super Bowl. This is what you folks came for. Every play with the potential to win or lose a title as they look to drain some time off this clock. Brady and the Buccaneers here, first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll begin the drive with a give to Jones. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Well, partner, Marvin, our number one stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100.
And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Frank Clark in there to get him yet again. That is his third sack tonight. They can't figure him out.
And that's his third sack, and that ties a Super Bowl record. Makes me think of my old college teammate, Reggie White. He had 3 with the Green Bay Packers in Super Bowl 31. Darnell Dockett of Arizona, Super Bowl 43. And Coney Ealy, 3 sacks for the Panthers against Denver in Super Bowl 50.
All those sacks, they've only been an official record since Super Bowl 17. I know it's believed that L.C. Greenwood unofficially had 4 way back in Super Bowl 10.
Wearing those golden high tops as well.
On third and long, it's Brady. Looking downfield for Godwin. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field. Pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30.
What's the deal, y'all?
If you know, you know.
And that'll set them back 5.
Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
Still first down.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Now Brady. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught.
Brady's pass.
7 yards to pick up there.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
A Super Bowl 55 down to the final 2 minutes.
So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They go back to the ground with Jones. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Again, it's Jones. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. Gay's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Makes the score Buccaneers 34, Chiefs 23.
So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, pushed their backs clearly against the wall.
Bradley Pinion.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away.
And he returns this to the 22.
Nicole Herdman on the return. The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard.
Here comes Mahomes and the Chiefs. Down by 11, 1:46 to go. They've come so far this year, but they need 2 quick scores late in this Super Bowl. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. From the 31, Mahomes. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down.
Chiefs.
And we've reached the 1-minute mark in this game. Mahomes now on 1st down. Man open left side. It's Williams. Not much there, only a yard.
All defense is worried that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam coming out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Counting down to 30 seconds remaining. Looking to throw again on second down. Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on fourth down. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sack back at the 29. Shaquille Barrett in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have won the Super Bowl, and they will hoist the Lombardi Trophy to cap an amazing season. And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal right there. It actually gave me chills just to hear you say that, because immortality forever and ever. When you look in the record books, you'll see this team, you'll see their picture, that your name will be a part of it. That's got to be an incredible feeling, because it's been a long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy it.
And they end this year just how everybody wants to end the year, holding the Lombardi Trophy. What a season for them. What a ride it's been for us as well here in the booth. For Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you next season right here on EA Sports.